Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. And listen, when we need to find out what we need to do for our overall health, you find out from a dietitian. And the reason? Because they know. Very glad to welcome back to the program Becky Gautreaux. Becky, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Of course, Becky is a nutrition agent with the LSU Ag Center. Very excited about all the good things going on at the Ag Center. But you guys are really trying to make a difference. One of the things that I learned very, very early when I was a social worker at Terrebonne General is about cardiac disease. And it's really interesting that Louisiana kind of leads the country in cardiac disease. And in particular, South Louisiana. And so really coming up with some ideas to really help people improve their health is just wonderful. I love this breakup with salt idea. Let's talk a little bit about its formation.
Yeah, so it came out of COVID and the pandemic.
Okay.
Hypertension is a comorbidity for COVID. A lot of people who were dying had hypertension. And so we got together a group of agents across the state, and we said that because Louisiana is so high in hypertension, you know everybody who has high blood pressure. And we came up with this 4-week program, super simple, that we can teach to the people of our area who are battling hypertension, because we put salt in everything.
We just do. You know, we cook with it way too much. We do add it additionally. And quite frankly, we use certain types of salt that is the kind of the worst for us. So Jay, put that up if you don't mind. It's called Breakup with Salt. It is a 4-part series. It's aimed to help people and adults specifically better manage blood pressure levels through good eating, diet, nutrition, label reading, portion control, and cooking. It's going to take place on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock from 10 to 12, a couple hours, main library in the DE room, right?
Yes, which is upstairs.
Upstairs, exactly. And they're finishing remodeling it for you, by the way. And so that's going to take place 4 different segments, 3 in February and 1 in March.
Yes.
Right?
Because
so we'll let you go through those a little bit.
Yeah. Because of Mardi Gras, we had to push one into March. But the first class will go through what is hypertension and different things that we need to do to set goals. Small little changes that we can make. Because you can't eat the elephant one bite. You got to eat the elephant one bite at a time. And so then the second class will go through the DASH diet. Dietary approaches to stop hypertension. And so that'll go through the low sodium aspect of it. The third class is the one that I taught.
Nice.
It is a virtual grocery store tour, because most people don't want to go into the grocery store and have the tour, because that can last more hours.
Way more than the 2 that you would have with you.
The 2. And so they get handle on products, and we talk to different products and how we can find the no salt added products and how to search for those. And so then the 4th class will go through cooking. And so when we're cooking at home, we can control it. Because when we go out to eat, we really can't. We can ask, but a lot of times they have a lot of pre-made items. So it's more cooking at home and controlling what you can control at home.
I love it. And just one of those things where it's so very important that you don't have to cook without flavor.
Amen.
You do not have to use that much salt. Just because you're giving up salt or that much salt or using less salt doesn't mean you're giving up flavor for your food. There are other ways to do that.
Absolutely.
And so it's going to start, of course, February the 6th, but you can register by calling Becky at 985-446-1316 or send her an email at bgotro@agcenter.lsu.edu. And so what a great program. Very, very excited about that. That is actually going to help this overall idea of just keeping people healthy.
So Terrebonne Parish has a 40% obesity rate. Which the Center for Disease Control kind of waved a red flag at that one. And so we have new money coming down from the CDC to assist Terrebonne Parish in getting healthier. Like, what does Terrebonne Parish need? And so we have this survey for people to fill out so that they can tell us what they need. And so if you scan the QR code, it says 10 minutes, but depending on how detailed you are, it could definitely be a lot shorter. But we are asking for anybody in Terrebonne Parish and everybody to fill out the survey to tell us what you need. Because if I tell you to go get no salt added canned goods, but where you shop at, there are none, how can you change that habit? If I tell you to eat your fruits and vegetables and the place that you go to buy your groceries doesn't have fruits or vegetables, we need to fix that.
Right.
We need to see that. If I tell you to go walk and you don't think it's safe to walk in your neighborhood, we need to fix that. So you won't change habits and you won't make the healthy choice the easy choice if it's not available. And so it's good to gather all this information from the people who are actually in the communities so that then we can fix them as a community together.
You know, I think how very easy it is for me to just go to my local Rouse's. It's easy to go and just get what I need. But as I travel around different parts of our parishes, I go to places where a lot of their shopping is done at their closest place, which is Dollar General maybe.
Right.
And so,
or the convenience store.
Or a convenience store. And case in point, at those kinds of places, those are for convenience. They don't really have your no salt added options.
Correct.
And they certainly don't have fresh fruits and vegetables. And I don't know about where the streets are and how safe it is, but it's important to be able to do that. So I love this idea of we've got some monies that are available and they're saying, hey, what do you need?
Correct.
We need to be able to tell them. And just because I, in my area, don't know that I need something doesn't mean you in your area doesn't.
Amen.
So what a great idea.
Yes,
so this
sir.
is really cool. I love both of these ideas. One, that people can go and find out how to just do better and not lose taste with this idea of being able to break up with salt. And the second idea about going and doing this survey, simple survey. We'll put it up again for people to be able to see it. But Becky, thank you so much.
You're
we
welcome.
appreciate that very, very
Yes,
much.
sir.
All right, guys, as we close out, you got your QR code there. And that will do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming right here on HTV.